Okay, we're going to look at a little bit more complicated ones. We'll do it together. This is putting all the skills that we've learned together. So when we have something like this and they're both denominators are 2, that means we can multiply both sides by 2. What that's going to do, it's going to go ahead and clear that fraction. So we're going to end up with, we still need to distribute 7m is 84. This will be 100 plus 5m. Okay, so I'm going to move this 5 over to here by subtracting. And we need to subtract 5m here as well. 7 taken by 5 is 2m plus 84. So what we need to do is subtract 84 from both sides. And of course on the right hand side as well. That'll be 16. And now we're going to divide both sides by 2. So m is equal to 8. Number 2. Okay, we have 1/3 times 5 minus 3t. And that's equal to 5 over 6 times t minus 2.
Ivan, please come to guidance. Ivan to guidance, please.
Okay, so we're going to have a common denominator here, which is going to be 6. Between 3 and 6, 6 will be a common denominator, so we're going to multiply both sides by 6. Try to put it in here. Okay. This, we can reduce this. So that'll become a 1, and that'll become a 2. So now we're going to multiply that 2 by each term. So that'll be 10. 2 times 5 is 10, minus 6t. That will cancel. 5 times t is 5t, minus 5 times negative 2. Yeah, that looks a lot easier, right? These are the things that we've been dealing with. So I'm going to move this 6 over to make it positive. And I need to add 6t to both sides. So that's 11t minus 10. Now I need to get rid of that by adding it. So I need to add 10 to both sides. So we have 11t, and we have 20. So we need to divide both sides by 11. So we end up with 20 over 11 equal to t. And this is perfectly fine to have a fraction like that. And you can just leave it improper. Is that okay? Definitely grade 10 and 11 pre-cal girls. That's why I'm giving it to you. Don't lose this stuff. Okay, which one are we on here? Number 3? Hopefully we can fit it in. This time we have 3 over 2 times 1 plus 3r That's equal to 2 over 3 times 2 minus 3r. So what's going to be our common denominator here? Looking at the 2 and the 3, probably going to be 6. So that means we need to multiply both sides by 6. And we can do some reducing here, cross-canceling. That becomes a 1, and that becomes a 3.
Call the office, please. Miss Peterson, call in.
So we end up with 9 times 1 plus 3r, be a 1 to 2, and 4 times 2 minus 3r. Now we can just distribute 9 plus 27r and 8 minus 12r. Okay, so I'm going to move this over there. So we're going to get 27r plus 12r, don't forget this 9. And I need to add 12r here as well. What are we going to get here? 39r plus 9. So let's move that 9 over by subtracting 9 from both sides. So we get 39r equal to negative 1. Need to divide both sides by 39. So r is equal to negative 1 over 39. I'm giving you these awkward ones on purpose because that's what's coming, so I might as well be practicing now. And part F, number 4. Okay, we have 2/3, and in brackets 6x plus 5, and that's equal to 4/5, and in brackets 20x minus 7. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at this 3 and this 5 because we need a common denominator, which is going to be 15. Multiplying this whole side by 15, and multiplying this whole side by 15. Okay, so let's cross cancel here. That would be a 1, and that becomes a 5. This becomes a 1, and this becomes a 3. Okay, so 5 times 2 right here, it's 10, and then we still have 6x plus 5 in our brackets. 3 times 4 is 12, and we still have 20x minus 7 in brackets. So we're going to get 60x plus 10 times 5 is 50. So this will be 240x minus 84. Okay, so what I would do is move this 60 to this side. So let's subtract the 60x from both sides. Okay, so this is gone. We're left with 50. And this will be 180x minus 84. So I need to bring this constant to this side by adding 84. So 50 plus 84 is equal to 180 minus 84 plus 84. So we have 180x there. And what do we have, 134? We need to divide both sides by 180. How can we reduce that? I think we can, because they're both even numbers. Of course, I don't have a calculator. So half of 134 is going to be 67 over 90. And we can probably reduce that maybe by 3, or maybe that's it. No, I think that's it, girls. Can make a mixed number, but 67 is a prime number, I believe, so that's where it'll stay. So 67 over 90. That's your answer, man. Number 6. Oh, did we miss number 5? I need to do number 5. Number 5. We have x over 4 plus 7 over 4 is equal to 5 over 6. You can get a common denominator for all three. 4, 4, and 6. About 12. Okay, that'll reduce to a 1. That'll be 3. Do the same thing over here. 1 and a 3. So 3 times x is 3x. Plus 3 times 7 is 21. That'll be a 1 and a 2. 2 times 5 is 10. So we should be solving here. I would move the 21 over by subtracting 21. It's gone. 3x is equal to negative 11. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to negative 11 over 3. That's your answer, man. So we're going to be doing F6. F6. 5x over 16 minus 5/4 is equal to x over 4. Notice I'm leaving a little bit of space because I know I'm going to need a common denominator. In this case, it'll be 16. So that means everything gets multiplied by 16. You can even put a 16 there to make it a little easier. Okay, 16 divided by 16 is 1, so our 5x is freed. That'll be 1, 4. So you got negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. 1, 4. 4 times x is 4x. I'm going to move the 4x to the left by subtracting. We're going to get 0 here temporarily.
Mr. Fast, come to guidance, please. Mr. Fast to guidance.
And now we need to move this constant over, so we need to add 20 to both sides. So here that's gone. So 1x equals 20, or x equals 20. It's fine. You don't need the 1. There's your answer. Number 7. Okay, 2
Mrs. Thide,
minus
call the office, please. Mrs. Thide, call in.
over x over 24, 5x over 24 plus 1. Okay, we can treat these like this if we wanted to. Our common denominator is 24, so we're going to be multiplying everything by 24. Okay, so this is just going to be 48 minus 1x. I just put a coefficient in there to make it a little easier. 5x plus 24. I'm going to move the x over to this side to make it positive by adding. So let's add 1x here. And don't forget the positive 24 stays. So 48 is equal to 4x plus 24. So now what we need to do is bring this constant over to the left-hand side. And I would subtract 24 from both sides. And we'll subtract it here, and that's how we get rid of it. What's that going to be? 24. And now we need to divide both sides by 4. And that gets rid of the 4. X equals 6. Is that okay? Okay, number 8. See if we can fit it in here. 25 over 9 plus x over 9 is equal to 7x over 6 minus 5 halves. Just look at all those denominators, 9, 9, 6, and 2. 18 looks like it'll work for a common denominator, so okay, so that'll be a 1 and that'll be a 2. This will be a 50, 2 times 25 is 50, plus 1 plus a 2x. 1, 3. 3 times 7 is 21x. 1, 9 minus 45. Now this is how we started. I'm going to move this 2x this way so we get positive. So we need to subtract 2x minus 2x. Minus 45 comes down. Left with 50. 19x minus 45. Okay, so let's move that over to the other side by adding. So 50 plus 45 is equal to 19x minus 45 plus 45. 19x there, what's that going to be? 95. I don't think that is going to go evenly, it might. It does. 5 times. 5 is equal to x. Okay, I'll stop and I'll come back and we'll finish up.